But now the sort of the main event tonight is my interview with Ashley Leeds. And as you know, if you're a regular listener, I do enjoy talking to local musicians and seeing what they're up to and doing my little bit. He was a lovely chap, and I'm sure you'll enjoy listening to my chat with Ashley Leeds. Welcome to the Gig Guide. Gentleman I've never spoken to before, and it's an absolute delight for the first time to welcome Ashley Leeds. Hello, Ashley.
Good evening, Nigel. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, absolutely storming. Thanks very much. Yeah.
Now, someone put you onto me, or put me onto you the other day, and you've got an interesting story to tell, which I will go into in a minute. But first of all, just introduce yourself. Tell us all about yourself.
My name's Ashley Leeds, and I have this awesome hobby where I do music, and I've been in bands for donkey's years. Always been the front man doing all the singing, and recently I started learning the guitar. So that's what I do. I live in Exmouth and have done for the last 13 years. Play all the local pubs and clubs and stuff, do weddings and stuff, and also run an open mic under the brand name of Firecracker.
Yes, I've heard of that. Yeah.
So yeah, love the live music, love the getting out and seeing people, and just the vibe, and obviously living in Sydney with the folk festival every year. It's just perfect.
I was going to ask you about the Sidmouth folk scene, because I'm very living in Exmouth. I'm very aware of what goes on here. A little less so, I suppose, in Sidmouth, although I always do come over for the Sidmouth Folk Festival, and I often come over and do interviews and things like that. But what's the Sidmouth live music scene like?
The Sidmouth live music scene is great. There's always something going on. There's a few pubs in town that often have live music. Like I say, we run an open mic once a month at the Balfour.
Oh yeah.
And then you've got Folk Week, which every single pub in town does live music. It's a good little vibe. There's a couple of guitar teachers in town that keep all the youngsters coming through, and it's lovely. It's lovely, and it's a very friendly town. So that's
sure.
what I like about it.
Yeah, I mean, if we can sort of divert to the folk festival for just a moment, I suppose it's sadly it's not happening this year, but that's an incredible event, isn't it? Seems to involve the whole town.
It certainly does, and I don't think Sidmouth would be Sidmouth if we didn't have the folk festival bang in the middle of the summer. It really is a spectacle, and for me, some people might chastise me for saying this, but it's more than Christmas for me. I enjoy it and look forward to it more than I do Christmas. And when all this COVID struck, and I could sense early on that there was going to be no folk festival, and broke my heart. And it's awesome for the economy of the town. So many people, it brings a decent amount of money into the town for all the businesses and all the related businesses, and and everybody gets involved. And it's just like a week-long party. It is brilliant.
Well, I'm with you about Christmas as well, so don't you won't get any grief.
Oh, that's all right.
Okay, well, look, let's talk about this project you've been doing, which is, I think, why I'm speaking to you, really, although we can roam wherever you like in this conversation. But you've been doing some special gigs, haven't you?
One or two. So I've got a desk job, and so I walk a lot. So every lunchtime I go out and walk. Well, when Boris turned around and said, you cannot go out, you can only go out once a day, I thought, right, if I get up nice and early, I can do my steps in the morning, but what am I going to do at lunchtime? Because the trouble is, and a lot of people are guilty of this, is we sit at our desk and have our lunch at our desk, and you never get away from it, and it's very important to take that break. So I thought, what am I going to do? And obviously learning to play the guitar and wanting to do live gigs and that, I thought, well, I'll do a stream on my Facebook page, and, somebody might watch, doesn't matter, but it'll get me practicing and give me a bit of, a reason to do stuff. And before you know it, here I am. I did my 98th gig today. Pretty crazy.
98. When you started then, did you I mean, presumably you didn't think it was going to go on for this long.
No, I did not. So we had this, the coronavirus is coming, and in Italy people were, they were locked down and stuff like that, and then it's sort of like, it happened here. And naively, I just thought it was going to be 3 weeks. And so that was it, that was fine. And then pretty soon into lockdown, I think we all realised it was going to be a little bit longer than 3 weeks. So yeah, I just carried on, and there was nothing else to do when it started. So it was no impact on me. And obviously, by the time I got to the end of my repertoire, I started repeating the songs. So I was learning quite a few more. But no, I really didn't think that I'd be doing it until 100. So yeah, good question.
So what's the reaction been like? I mean, how aware are you of what audience you have or you've been building?
So I haven't actually built that big an audience. I've done it for me, and the residents of the retirement flats that are next door to our house. So our garden is partly overlooked by a load of retirement flats. So they listen in some days. The neighbours give me a round of applause some days. So it's more for me. All these people were doing all these charitable things to raise money, and I just thought no one wants another pot to chuck money in. So I've just done it for me. But a few of my friends have joined in, a lot of support group from our empowerment group. A few friends of mine set up this empowerment group. I'll have to give them a name check. So it's Vic Williams and Rachel Howard, whereby a load of local people all meet up daily on Zoom, and we just chat about business, and we've all helped each other through this. And so some of them have been joining in and giving me encouragement and goodness knows what else. So it's good fun. It's good fun.
What sort of effect has it had on you?
Oh my goodness, that's a great question. So a little bit worried about my voice because every single day singing, but I'm gonna cut it down a little bit. Trying to think of new songs, and obviously because I'm learning, I can't do every single chord that's out there, so I'm a bit restricted. And then fitting it in to have the time to practice. But it's the main thing it's given me is the strength and confidence to keep going, because I don't know about you, but right at the beginning of all of this, it's sort of like, what on earth are we doing? How can I stay inside for all this time? And so it's actually given me a purpose, and it's given me something to focus on. It's given me a reason to get up the next day and crack on and do more. So no, it's been really good, and I really miss the live audiences and going out and gigging. With my bands, every time we've got a cupboard where we keep the calendar, and you open it up some mornings and it's sort of like, supposed to be gigging tonight. And it's like, that's so annoying. So with this, I get to gig every single day.
Sure. And tomorrow, as we're talking on Monday, and this is going out on Tuesday night, so on Wednesday, the 1st of July it will be, won't it? That will be your 100th, won't it?
That will be gig number 100, yeah. I got a post, I think it was my 33rd, from a friend saying, well done on 33 gigs, looking forward to the next 33. And I messaged back, I hope it doesn't go on that long. And so it's gone on twice as much as that, hasn't it? Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, big 100 tomorrow, and so a lot of the people that are regulars, they're going to pick their favourite song from my repertoire. I'm going to dedicate that to them, and I think we might have a Q&A at the end. I'm taking the afternoon off.
Oh,
it's always in my lunch hour, you see, and more often than not, I've got a call bang on 2:00. So I start at 1:30, and then I get to nearly 2:00, and I've got to go because I've got a call. So I finish the song, and then quickly on the call, and I'm a business coach, so I'm a professional call to somebody just after I sang a song. It's quite bizarre some days.
Is that going to be it? Is the 100th going to be the end, or are you carrying on?
Well, for the foreseeable future, we're not going to be gigging.
Yeah.
So I am definitely going to keep going. As we've got into more flexibility and we're allowed to go out and stuff, the weekends are a real challenge because obviously I've got family here and gets in the way of lunchtime or whether we want to go somewhere or do something or walk the dog, etc. So definitely going to stop weekends.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking if I do every other day, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's still 3 gigs a week. That still keeps most people happy, keeps me focused, but it'll give me the other days to practice a bit more and hopefully get some new songs in rather than repeating all the time.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, doing it every day, it would be like sort of going off a bit of a cliff edge, just stopping, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. It would be. I'm looking forward to Thursday because I won't have a gig to do, but I'll be chomping at the bit to get back Friday. So no, I definitely will do it. And then I'm thinking that maybe I'll do an evening gig or something and treat it as if it was a proper gig. And maybe I found that there's a spot with a nice view in Exmouth that's pretty close to the telephone mast. I might do a gig up there one evening because I can get 4G up there. I might do that, but just be a bit different. And it's out in the open. And if it's a nice evening, then maybe a few people will come and just sit in the grass and join in. But who knows? See what happens.
Well, look, I tell you what, you sent me a couple of tracks. Now, I think we ought to listen to something now. Now, this is a song which you said I think you described it before we started recording as a bit of a love song. Is that true?
It's a heartbreak song. Everybody's got one, haven't they? To get it right, it's taken me about 5 years to write and tweak and come up with it. I'm not super creative, so thinking of songs and reasons and stuff like that, it takes a bit for me. But this one's all my own work. Some songs I've had collaborations with and someone has helped me with the music, but this is all my own work. And it's a true story. Bit of heartbreak in there, but it means a lot. And it's all about letting go and forgiveness.
Right.
But it would be great if I knew why before I forgive. So that's the song.
Okay. So what's it called?
I Want to Forgive You.
I Want to Forgive You. Right. Well, listen to I Want to Forgive You, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Think of the night you left me, something about a ring. So long ago, I guess you don't remember a thing. I know that you were confused, and it was tough for you. But did you ever spare a thought of what I was going through? Why, tell me why? Did you ever love me, maybe in your own little way? Or did you struggle so much that you had to get away? I'm older and wiser and I deserve to know the truth. I know it may hurt me, but I want the proof. Can't believe you left me. Part of the game plan that you knew all along. In the middle of the night, you never even said goodbye. I wanna forgive you, I just need to know why. Why, tell me why. Why, tell me why. I pushed you away back in 2008. Wanted to know back then, but it was a mistake. Now that we don't talk and you wish me a good life, nothing to lose, so now the time is right. Can't believe you left me. Did I do something wrong? Was it part of your game plan that you knew all along? In the middle of the night, you never even said goodbye. Wanna forgive you, I just need to know why. Why, tell me why. Why, tell me why. Let's meet up one day and talk, I don't know when, so I can get closure, or maybe we can start again. Get all out in the open before we run out of time. I wanna forgive you, I just need to know why. Can't believe you left me. Did I do something wrong? Was it part of your game plan that you knew all along? In the middle of the night, you never even said goodbye. I wanna forgive you, I just need to know why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Right, that was I Want to Forgive You, and just in case you're joining me a little bit late, I'm talking to Ashley Leeds, who has been doing a lunchtime gig every day since the lockdown started, and tomorrow is his 100th. So we're going to, I think we ought to give people the details, because they might want to join you on your 100th gig and see what this is all about if they haven't joined you before. So how can people watch you?
Well, so it's on my page, so I go under the name of Just Dandy, so that's another story I'd also tell you about. But yes, if you find Just Dandy Music on Facebook, then you'll be able to see me, and it's at 1:30 every single lunchtime. Well, it won't be now, will it? But yeah, tomorrow morning, tomorrow lunchtime at 1:30, I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll be there, and if you want to put on some comments, I've got some regulars that come on. And they post these comments on, and if you watch the videos back, all 99 videos are up there on my Facebook page. If you watch the videos back, you can see when they posted a comment, because I'll chuckle to myself. So yeah, it'd be lovely to see some comments. When you're in a live situation, people put their thumbs up or they smile at you when they're dancing, or you know, and at the end of the song you get a round of applause. So it's instant feedback, and all I'm doing is staring into my phone. So it is nice to have, you know, some sort of reaction and interaction with the audience, which is lovely.
Okay, just to repeat that, it's Just Dandy Music, and it's on Facebook. So if you just go into Facebook and search for Just Dandy Music, and it starts at 1:30.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'd love to see a few people there.
Fantastic, yeah, I'll be there, that's for sure.
Awesome.
So let's think about what happens now then, the future, I suppose. I mean, you mentioned you're in a band. I mean, I suppose the time will come when we can get live music again. It still seems a way off. I mean, I'm doing this gig guide show without any gigs to talk about really at the moment, or certainly nothing imminent. I suppose for musicians this must be terribly frustrating.
It is. The whole thing about music is the getting together with other people that enjoy it. And so I'm in a band called Static Charge. There's 4 of us. We're a rock band. We do all the standard rock covers. And we have a lot of fun. And in fact, when I finish this call with you, we're actually meeting up on Zoom just for a natter, because we haven't seen each other. I mean, you can't rehearse over Zoom because of the latency.
Yeah.
So that was another reason for me to stick with my gigs. I'm also in another band with a wonderful chap called Will Vine. He's a singer-songwriter, goes out solo, but we've been together for, it sounds like a marriage, but nearly 10 years, I'm sure. And so he's called Will Vine, and we go out as Vine and Dandy, because I always people say to me, "How are you?" I always say I'm fine and dandy, and I'm always chipper. And so since I go out solo, I sort of thought, how do I keep the Dandy name in it? Because whenever we go out, everyone goes, "Oh, which one's Dandy?" So that's me. So I go out as Just Dandy, which is why I'm called Just Dandy. So Will and I do acoustic stuff. So we play regularly. We've lost the wedding. We've lost a couple of parties this summer because people have had to postpone them. So that's frustrating. And like I said earlier, we do an open mic at the Balfour. So we've run that virtually. So every Thursday we all meet up and we play a song over Zoom. The audio quality is not brilliant. Sometimes the lighting's not very good. But it's just lovely catching up with friends and just hearing how they're doing and how they're getting through this lockdown.
Sure.
And, I'm blessed to have such a lovely community and such a group of friends.
Well, look, it's been lovely talking to you, Ashley. Thank you ever so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having me. It's been wonderful. So hopefully a few people will join me tomorrow for my 100th gig.
Indeed, I'll give the details out again after we finish talking. And when we can get back to normal, I'd love you to come into the studio and play live or whatever you'd like to do. So you've got an open invitation when we can do that to come into Exmouth there.
Yeah, that would be superb. I'd love to. It'd be lovely to meet you in the flesh as well.
Well, indeed. Yeah, I've done a few of these now. But so say thanks very much indeed. Now, there is another track which we can play, but tell us about this. This is an interesting project.
This is brilliant. So, I like to call myself a singer-songwriter, although I haven't written that many. But when you get a chance to write with John Bon Jovi, you jump at it, don't you? So, like a lot of famous musicians, John Bon Jovi put himself out there, and he wrote a song called "Do What You Can," and invited people to write a verse and sing it along with him. So he's written the first verse and the chorus, and he does a little video that then he plays the gap, which you fill in yourself, and then he does the chorus again at the end. And some people have been really clever and managed to link their video with him, so it looks like they're playing in the studio with him. Some people are multi-instrumentalists and must have spent days recording things. So anyway, I took the song and took his lyrics and then added a few more verses to say how I feel during COVID. And it's when I first wrote it, I was feeling really proud of it. I went downstairs and showed my family and just burst out crying. The last verse is very poignant. And I can sing it now without crying, but when I first wrote it, it's a very poignant song. It's a lovely song, and I'm very proud of it, and really pleased that Bon Jovi put that out, and doubly pleased that they were nice, easy chords.
Sorry, doubly pleased they were.
Nice, easy chords.
Nice, easy chords. Well, look, we'll play that. But again, Ashley, thanks ever so much for joining us. It's been lovely to meet you on the telephone, and hopefully we'll be able to meet in proper circumstances in the not too distant future.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, thank you, Nigel. Lovely talking to you, and thanks for taking the time.
No worries. Thank you.
Shutting down the borders, and they've boarded up the schools. Small towns are rolling up their sidewalks, one last paycheck's coming through. I know you're feeling kind of nervous, we're all a little bit confused. Nothing's the same, this ain't a game, we're gonna make it through. and I'm hoping they'll all be safe. They're far too far away from me, and we're stuck in this place. We're all in touch on WhatsApp, and my folks are using Zoom. We call each other daily, and we're gonna make it. When you can't do what you do, you gotta do what you can. This ain't my prayer, it's just a thought of what I'm wanting to send. Round here we bend, we don't break. Round here we all understand. When you can't do what you do, you gotta do what you can. We set up a support group, Rachel, me and good old Vic, to connect to learn people, and we're all doing our bit. Each day we get together, 'cause we know it can be tough. We help each other through this, and we're sharing our love. When you can't do what you do, gotta do what you can. This ain't my prayer, it's just a thought of what I'm wanting to send. Round here we bend, we don't break. Y'all understand. When you can't do what you do, you gotta do what you can. My girl has grown a baby, it's the first one in this line. All I wanna do is hold her and tell her it will be fine. Her husband's looking after her, she's in really good hands. But that doesn't stop the heartache, all you dads will understand. When you can't do what you do, gotta do what you can. This ain't my prayer, it's just a thought of what I'm wanting to send. Round here we bend, we don't break. We all understand. When you can't do what you do, you gotta do what you can. When you can't do what you do, you gotta do what you can. When you can't do what you do, you gotta do what you can.
Nigel Tant on Exmouth Air.
Wonder if Ashley's band do that one. It says they're a rock band. I've never heard Static Charge. I must try and catch them when everything opens up and we can go to gigs again. But thanks again to Ashley Leeds, for joining me yesterday. We recorded that. And as I say, his 100th lunchtime gig is tomorrow. I think it's going to be fun to join him. Let's see how many we can get to join him. Half an hour or so from 1:30 p.m. tomorrow. So you need to go onto Facebook and find Just Dandy Music. Just Dandy Music is what it goes under Facebook. And that's going to be fascinating to see how it goes for his 100th.